Okay, here's the quick, easy way to do a 4-step. You get a big book. There it is. You get a piece of paper and a pencil. I'm using a marker so it shows up better. But you're supposed to do it in pencil. It's tradition. Okay, you put your name at the top. My name's Pam. Put your name at the top. You can have a blank piece of paper like this. But I made this really cool for him because it's easier. And, you know, drunks don't like to work too hard. Okay, you get your big book. You open to page 62. Well, we'll start on page 60. After they read the how it works at the meeting, you're at being convinced we were at step 3. Just what do we mean by that? And just what do we do? The first requirement. You read the first requirement. And then you get to page 62. Okay? This is the how and why of it. You make your new guy read that page between how, just what do we do, and this is the how and why of it. And then you read, first of all, we had to quit playing God. It didn't work. Okay? So, we were now at step 3, and you make your new guy read the 3rd step prayer. 3rd step prayer's on page 63. There it is. For those of you who don't have a big book, you make them read that out loud. Then, next. Make your new guy read that out loud. Next, and say it with them. We launched on a course of vigorous action, the first step of which is a personal house cleaning. This is step 4. Next page, 64. Therefore, we started on a personal inventory. This was step 4. And you can read all this. First, resentment is the #1 offender. It destroys more people than anything. From it stems all forms of spiritual disease. We have been spiritually sick. So, we make a list, and they give you this great example. You see that? Okay, there's the great example. I'm resentful at my wife for wanting to commit me. She's a gossip. Oh, that's my neighbor. My wife wants the house put in her name. Oh my God. I hit the wrong button. Okay. On our grudge list, we set opposite each name. This is a grudge list. See there? My grudge list. My injuries. And you put down, I tell people, I make them do it. As soon as they show up at the meeting hall. You show up at my meeting, you have to do this. Especially if there's nobody else there. On my grudge list, I write. I say, come up with 2 or 3 things. Sometimes I say 3 or 4. But come up with something that bugs you. That just, you know, that stuff you go to the bar and say, my wife, my neighbor, my employer. So today, I'm going to put Moshe. And I don't know how to spell his name. He said, I can't even pronounce it. But he does these YouTube videos, and he won't enable the comments. What a coward. Okay, because if you get Muslims making comments on your channel, just give them the link to Matthew chapter 1 and tell them to read it so that they can convert Christians to Islam. And they never write back. Okay, Moshe, the judicial system, the health system, health care, and my roommate. Okay, you put this stuff on the list. And you can make it as long as you want. But I say come up with 4 things just to get started. Now, we go back to the book. We made the list. Oh, got my book wet. Okay. Okay, you got to throw at least one big book against the wall before you can get sober. So, we went back through our lives. We thought of everything we could that injured us or that we have a grudge against. And a resentment is when they owe you something or you owe them. So now, we turned back to the list. We're on page 66. We turned back to the list, for it held the key to the future. And we were prepared to look at it from an entirely different angle. How could we escape? These resentments must be mastered. This was our course. We realized that the people who wronged us were perhaps spiritually sick. So at the top of column 1, put S period for spiritually sick, and circle yes or no if the people involved in this are spiritually sick. Yes, Moshe, you're spiritually sick. Judicial system, yeah, you know. Healthcare, is the healthcare industry spiritually sick? You bet, and so's my roommate. So, we go back to the book, and we say, here's a prayer to help you with spiritually sick people. Though we did not like their symptoms, and the way these disturbed us, they, like ourselves, were sick too. So, in order to get to Alcoholics Anonymous, you have to be spiritually sick. You have to get so bankrupt with your life that no human power, especially your own, can help you. So you're spiritually sick. You're not bad. You're not a sinner. You're just trying to make yourself feel better and have a little fun. What's the big deal? Got a problem with that? Hey. So everything that bothers us now, we have to ask, is it spiritually sick? Then, we avoid retaliation and argument. We wouldn't treat sick people that way, right? Referring to our list again for column number 2, referring to our list again, putting out of our minds the wrong others had done, we looked at our own thing. Where were we? And here's the 4 horsemen. The 4 horsemen of the apocalypse that start the last chapter of Vision for You. Am I selfish, dishonest, self-seeking, and frightened? That's it. That's the only sins left. Being selfish, dishonest, self-seeking, and frightened. That's it. And it's in the 10th step too. So, we try to disregard the other person involved entirely. What's our place in it? So, can I live with this just these 24 hours? And for my new people, because they don't like to write a lot, I just put 24 hours. 24 hours. Can I live with these things on my list just today? It might change tomorrow, but just for today, can I stand that Moshe has some doctrinal problems in his YouTube video? I can live with it today. The judicial system, yeah, just for today, I can stand it for just these 24 hours. The healthcare industry, yeah, just for these 24 hours, I can stand it. It might change tomorrow, but just for today, I can stand it, and I can put up with my roommate for one more day. God may change that tomorrow. So, notice that the word fear is bracketed on their list. It's the evil and corroding thread, and the fabric of our existence was shot through with it. Sometimes we think fear ought to be classed with stealing. It seems to cause more trouble. We reviewed our fears thoroughly. We put them on paper. So in column number 3, put fear and answer yes or no. Do the things here have anything to do with fear? Can I find a kernel of fear in this? Yeah. Moshe. God. Scary. Judicial system. Oh, that's all about fear. Healthcare. Yeah, that's scary. And my roommate. Yeah, he's scary too. Crazy shit. Okay. Column number 4. Fear. We reviewed our fears thoroughly. We set these on paper. Oh! And most people jump to a sex inventory, but I stop at the now about sex part, which is on page 69. Ignore that. Okay. Newcomers like that. We never apologize to anyone for depending upon our Creator. We can laugh at those who think spirituality the way of weakness. Paradoxically, it's the way of strength. The verdict of the ages is that faith means courage. All men of faith have courage. They trust their God. We never apologize for God. Instead, we let Him demonstrate through us what He can do. We ask Him to remove our fear and direct our attention to what He would have us be. At once, we commence to outgrow fear. So in column number 4... put God. And answer yes or no to the things on your list. Can God solve this? Yeah, God can fix Moshe. God can fix the judicial system. God can fix the healthcare system. And God can fix my roommate. Now, as you do this with your sponsor, you can do it by yourself, but it helps to have a different point of view. If you answered no to anything in column 4, your sponsor gently tells you, in a friendly manner, to go work on your conception of God. And when you can answer yes to everything in column 4, if you answer no, go work on your conception of God until you can answer yes to everything in that column. And there you go. 4-step list. And then the 9-step list is the same stuff, but what you owe them. Because a resentment is either they owe you or you owe them. Okay, say goodbye. Goodbye, big book. Goodbye, big book. There you go. Okay. Oh, thank you for sharing.